The first topic we are going to talk about is some basic geometry terminology that forms the basis for much of what we will learn in geometry this year. The main concepts are the undefined terms point, line, and plane. A point is a precise location on a plane. We represent a point using a dot and name it with a capital letter. This would be the point A. Next, let's look at the concept of a line. A line is a one-dimensional figure that is straight and infinitely long, meaning that the line continues forever in both directions. A line has no measurable width. Here is a line with the points A, B, and C on the line. Point D would not be on the line. The arrows on the end show that the line continues forever in both directions. To name a line, we can use any two points that are on the line, and we write the line symbol above the points, like this. We could call this line AC or BA. On your notes, write at least two more names for this line. Another way that a line is sometimes named is using a lowercase cursive letter if one is present labeling the line. This line could also be called line L, like this. Since points A, B, and C are all on the same line, we refer to these points as being collinear. The prefix co means together or with. You should also be able to see the root word line in the word collinear. This should help you remember what this term means. On your notes, draw collinear points C, H, and W as the directions show you. Then add points N and V so that they would be collinear with point C but not with points H and W. Lines M and Q appear to be parallel. That means that they will never intersect or cross each other. Line N intersects the other two. We would say that lines M and N intersect at point P. A point is the most typical intersection between two lines. However, if the lines are parallel, there is no intersection. On your notes, name the intersections of the intersection of line Q and N. Parts of a line also have special names. A line segment, or just segment, is part of a line with two endpoints. This looks just like a line except it is missing the arrows on the ends. We name a segment using the two endpoints with the segment symbol above them. This would be segment JK. On your notes, draw and name your own segment. A ray is a part of a line with one endpoint. This is why you see an arrow on only one end. A ray is named with its endpoint first, followed by another point on the ray with the ray symbol above these two points. The ray symbol is always drawn horizontally, pointing to the right, no matter what direction the ray points. Also, the order of the points matters. Here you see line AB. We can name rays that are part of this line. Ray AB is shown in red just above the line. Ray BA is shown in green below the line. Make sure that you understand the difference between these two rays. On your notes, use the points that are shown and draw ray EY. Rays that have the same endpoint and extend in opposite directions, forming a line, are referred to as opposite rays. If ray AR and ray AY are opposite rays, then points R, A, and Y would be collinear. Since they share the endpoint A, this point must be in the middle, like this. On your notes, draw a picture of what you think opposite rays TK and TN might look like. Now let's move on to the concept of a plane. A plane is a two-dimensional flat surface that is infinitely large, extending forever in two directions. A plane has no thickness in the same way that a line has no width. We name a plane using three non-collinear points that are on the plane or using a cursive capital letter if one is present labeling the plane. This plane could be called plane D or plane PAR or plane ISH. On your notes, write at least two more names for this plane. The term coplanar refers to points or lines that lie on the same plane. This is similar to the term collinear for lines. Imagine that the floor of your room is one plane and the wall of your room is a second plane. Everything that you would put on the floor of your room would be coplanar. For example, your bed, desk, dresser, etc. But a picture hanging on the wall would not be coplanar with those objects. One way to think of the concepts of a point, line, and plane is to use a real-world example. Imagine an infinite city, one that stretches forever to the north, south, east, and west. This represents a plane. In this infinite city, each straight line is a street, and it is also infinite. The streets represent lines. However, even if you know what street someone lives on, you need more information to find them. You need a precise location or house address. This house address would represent a point. Can you think of another real-world example of a point, line, and plane? If so, write it in your notes. There are three ways a line can intersect a plane. Imagine stabbing a pencil through a sheet of paper. In this case, the line represents the pencil and the plane represents the paper. The dotted portion of the line is the part you cannot see since it is blocked by the paper. In this case, the intersection of the line and the plane would be a point, specifically the point represented by the hole that you made in the paper. Next, imagine the lines on a football field. The line representing the 50-yard line is its own intersection with the plane of the field since it lies completely on the field. Finally, if a line runs parallel to a plane, there would be no intersection. For example, a wallpaper border line on the wall would not intersect the plane of the floor. Therefore, a line can intersect a plane in a point, a line, or not at all. But what about two planes? Look at your notes and write what you think the intersection of the planes shown would be. This brings us to the end of our video on basic geometry terms.